Hey folks, I'm hoping that my encoder is talking to YouTube right now. I am not sure. So I got my computer open here. I'm live. I'm live according to YouTube. Okay, we're good. We're ready to go. Welcome back, folks. I am so sorry, Raymond. I don't know what's happening with my encoder and with its communication with YouTube. So it's working now, so we're gonna push forward with this live stream. Okay, so what's happening now? Now that I finally have things on my stream working. So I am going to set up my laser engraver with this laptop. We're going to follow the instructions on the ACMER. We're in the ACMER manual. Okay, let's open. Okay, I already downloaded the software. Okay, this is the important part, setting up which USB port the engraver is going to use. Why it only wants to use one on your device, I don't know. It wants to know which particular port you're going to use for engraving, and once you set that up, you have to use the same USB port every time, okay? So we gotta be conscientious about that. But first, we gotta plug in the machine. We gotta send power to our laser engraver. Now, those LED lights are super pretty. I would like to leave them on, but to avoid some EMI interference, I'm gonna turn off my pretty LEDs. So here we go. Turning off my pretty LEDs before I run my laser engraver. I see you now. Thank you, Raymond. And yeah, Lawrence, hopefully this stream will stay connected to YouTube. All right, here we go. Power supply, let's hook it up. And we want to hook this power supply up to what they call the motherboard box here. Hey Sandra, welcome back. Kisses and hugs to you, my friend. I'm sorry for the stream instability. All right, so power supply gets hooked up to the motherboard, so does the USB cable, by the way. Plugging it in. Thank you, Raymond. All right, the big moment, we're gonna turn it on. We're gonna turn it on. Oh. We got a glowing light there. Laser module moved just slightly. I think it's on. Okay. I really should have started it off in the 0 position. Let me go ahead and turn it off and place it in the 0, 0 position. In the 0x and the 0y position. I really should have done that before turning it on. Okay, now I zeroed it out. Let's turn it on. ACMER light is on. We're good. Okay. Now. Okay. There's a USB cable to connect to the computer, to the machine, and power on the machine. Ooh! Okay. We zeroed it out, but I'm going to turn the machine back on because apparently I have to turn on the engraver after I've already plugged it into the computer. Let's just follow the sequence it wants. All right. With these type of machines, you want to follow the sequence. There might be a reason for doing things in a certain order. I don't know. We're going to follow the instructions, folks. So, okay. Zeroed out the machine. It's plugged into the wall. It is currently off. Plugging in my USB. Now I have to decide which USB port on my computer will be assigned permanently to the laser engraver. Let's use this one here. Okay. All right. That shall be my permanent port to work with my laser engraver. Okay. Next. Okay. We've plugged into the machine. Now we can power on the machine. The machine is on after being zeroed out and plugged into the computer. Okay. Okay, now the next instructions are for LaserGRBL. So we're going to open up LaserGRBL on my computer. Let's back it up so you guys can see what's happening. All right. You guys can't really see the screen. Let me tilt it towards you guys. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Yes. There we go. Can I zoom in? Oh yeah. Oh, but I gotta, yes. Isn't that cute? This is half AI generated, half photoshopped. This cat represents my friend Pete, who plays guitar and banjo, and this is me holding cat to back. That's my first CBG build. You can get that on a t-shirt, by the way. I know, shameless plug, right? Anyway. Let's open up LaserGRBL. By the way, you can download LaserGRBL online for free. Both Inkscape and LaserGRBL are free. If you are following me using my newsletter number 5 tutorial, I have all the links set up. So you don't have to be searching the internet for download links or anything. I also include cutting templates if you want them in my newsletter number 5. All right. Oh, wake up, computer. Let's go to LaserGRBL, opening it up on this computer for the very first time. Okay. So it's telling me select the correct COM and baud, and then click connect, and it's telling me what the correct COM and baud should be, and it matches. All right, next, start engraving. Oh no, this is false. You can't just start engraving now. You have to tell LaserGRBL how big your workspace is. This thing skips so many steps. Okay. And from what I remembered last time, folks, I had to download new drivers for the laser engraver, because most budget laser engravers are manufactured with a copied chip that Windows computers can no longer talk to. So if we can't get this thing to move, we know what the problem is, and I'll have to dive into my own tutorial to get the instructions on how to do that. I'll just pull up newsletter number 5 on the computer and go through the instructions that way. But let's set up the workspace first. Hopefully we won't have to do the driver setup thing. Hopefully. All right, here we go. I'm gonna place this away from here. Okay. Let's go to GRBL. Let's go to GRBL configuration. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Probably not. Let's see. Okay. So I went to the GRBL menu. Under the GRBL menu, I'm going to GRBL configuration. And it's supposed to be generating values for me here. Let me refresh this. Refresh. It is not refreshing. Read and write enabled only when connected to idle. Let me check the size of the workspace here. Maybe this particular laser engraver is providing LaserGRBL with the workspace size. I'm assuming that's why it's not giving me access to those parameters, but let's check. What is my workspace size? Okay. No. Starting up LaserGRBL again, I'm gonna load up the file, and if the placement of the if the movement of the laser head is what I expect, then the motherboard of this thing took care of all the necessary communications. If not, we're gonna have to dig into my tutorial for the driver instructions and for the workspace setup instructions, because those instructions are not here. All right, I'm hoping they're not here because we don't have to do that. But let's see what happens. Okay. All right. You guys can see. Let me pull out just a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna load up Raymond's file into here. Open. Let's go to, that's not it. File. Open. Desktop. Let's open the file that we made in Inkscape. Okay. Gotta check everything. Let's see. Let's go to, for cutting we have to vectorize this file, so we shall do so. And it changes it into the outline of the F-holes we need. Okay. And let's go to white clip. Next, border speed, we want this to be 800 millimeters a minute. We do not want this at constant power. It's set up at constant power. Here we're changing from M3 constant power to M4 variable power. Very important, folks. Okay, so we're going to dynamic power. M4 dynamic power. We got to click on auto size, 300 dpi. GRB, we need the size and width of the cigar box, or do we? It's displaying the size and width of the workspace. I think this is correct. Let's create. You have set a size and offset that makes the job larger than the workspace configured in your engraver, 300 to 200. No, this is a 300 by 300. Okay. This could generate a soft limit error, could crash into the access boundaries. Are you sure you've entered the right values? Okay. So, we do indeed have to set up the we have to tell LaserGRBL that this has a 300 millimeter by 300 millimeter workspace. We got to find a way to go into LaserGRBL's code and change the parameters from in there. I have to access that. Okay, so I'm going to close this. We're not going to continue. Okay. Maybe it will let me do that if I turn off the engraver. It's turning you off, engraver. We'll be back with you soon. Let's go to GRBL. Let's go to GRBL configuration. Showing hash values. It's supposed to be in this window. Oh, maybe in right? No, it's not letting me click right. Let's go somewhere else. Settings. Okay, it might be in settings. Open. No. Okay. It's not giving me access. It's not giving me access to the configuration parameters. Lauren says, I'm not sure if we've made up for our drought yet. Oh, okay. He's just chatting with you guys. Yeah, it's been raining a lot. It's really humid. Thank God we're not in a drought anymore. Okay. Let's see if we can do this without telling LaserGRBL exactly what the engraver's workspace size is. Let's see if it's possible. I don't know if it's possible to do that, but let's try it. Let's see if it's necessary with this particular engraver. Okay. So, Open the file. Open it. Alright. We need to set the file to vectorize. It's looking okay. Next. We need to set the speed to 800 millimeters a minute. I find that's the best cutting speed as well. We're going to change this constant power to dynamic power, and we're going to click on auto size 300 dpi. All right, it's telling me that I have the workspace set up to 300 by 300 millimeters, which is the actual workspace of this engraver. LaserGRBL doesn't know that, but let's see if we can work with it anyway. Next, create. You have set a size and offset that makes the job larger than the workspace configured for your engraver. All right. It thinks my engraver is 300 millimeters by 200 millimeters. That is incorrect. It's 300 by 300. This could generate soft limit, blah, blah. Are you sure of the entered values? I'm going to say yes, and let's see what happens. We're going to move the laser module around and see if we can actually get this done without...
Doesn't it have a calibration or something?
It does, but the calibrator is not giving me access to the parameters, so I don't know what the deal is.
But if you run a calibration, shouldn't it see what the size of the surface is?
It doesn't. I thought that it would because the... Oh, by the way, guys, I am talking to Lawrence here. I'm not talking to a ghost. You look fine! You look better than me.
How do you... Alright, so this software is made for multiple things, not just what you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's got to be able to be set for the thing you have.
Yes. It should, LaserGRBL should allow me to go in and set the workspace size. My problem that I'm having here on the live is LaserGRBL isn't giving me access to those parameters. Why? I don't know, and it's something that I'll troubleshoot off of the live, but if I can get it to work without setting those parameters, and it says, do you want to work? This is going to color a little bit outside the lines. I said yes, because we know.
Yeah, it should still.
Because my file size and the actual engraver size is the same. Mm-hmm. So we're going to. DJ Play Nice says, I recognize that voice of camera. Yes, you do.
All right. Well, I mean, give it a shot. But
I'm going to give it a shot. We're going to see.
Maybe the extra time in just trying to find how to configure it might be worth it.
Well, for sure. If it's not going to work, then I will definitely cut.
Well, you're doing it on a test thing, right?
I'm doing it on a test thing. I'm not going to burn anything right now. All right. So let's see if this laser module moves to where I expect it to move. And if it does, then we can do a test cut. Let's see. You guys saw me do this on a previous live. We're going to do it for the first time here on this LaserGRBL. We're going to navigate the workspace by double clicking on my workspace in LaserGRBL. Clicking on the top of my F-hole pattern. Oh wait, I haven't connected my laser engraver yet. I have to connect it. Connect. Ta-da! It's connected. All right. Everything looks okay. Let's navigate to the center of my cutting pattern. Oh. Okay. This may work. This may work. Let's go to the top of the my left F-hole. Double clicking. Right F-hole. Same area on the right. Okay. Is this laser engraver more plug and play than my IOE color over there? This is a good thing. This will make things easier on you guys who are thinking about getting a laser engraver. Okay, let's see. Now I'm not sure. I have to place a box underneath this pattern that it's moving in to make sure I got my sizing correctly. And so, let's do that. Hold the phone. Okay, so this box is the same exact size as the box that I'm hoping to engrave, excuse me, not engrave, cut today. So we're going to check our F-hole placement under the workspace and see if it'll work. Let's see if everything is aligning. Let's go back to the middle of the pattern. Okay. About the middle of the pattern, let's take a look at I'm going to navigate to the leftmost point on my pattern, double click on the LaserGRBL interface, and I'm going to put on my safety goggles and check to see if the laser is hitting where I need it to hit. So, there we go. Promising, guys. It's promising. Oh, goodness gracious. Here we go. Let's do the right side. Okay, let me scooch this over. Doing that pesky alignment process again. All right. Do that. Okay. Let's make sure it's hitting the other side in the same area now. Carefully scooch it over. You want the same amount of space on both sides, obviously. See what that is relative. Okay, check the other side again. Okay, bottom part of the pattern is aligned, and let's check the top. Okay, I can stand to push the box downward. Let's check that. Okay, that's a good place to start the F-hole. Now let's make sure that the sides are still okay. Let's make sure we're still symmetrical on the sides, because we did nudge the box downward a little bit, but I might have moved it a little bit to the side. Okay, that looks like where I left it. Let's check the other side. Good. Now, folks, I got some good news. So, oh, my pleasure, DJ Play Nice. So, folks, I got some good news. This ACMER laser engraver is more plug and play than the iWe color I was using before. Why is it more plug and play? I want you guys to get a good look at this engraver. So, okay. Let me tell you why this one's more plug and play. One, I didn't have to download drivers so that this thing would work with my Windows computer. With the iWe color, I had to download drivers to get it to talk to my computer, because it was using a chip that has been copied, and those copies, I guess, I don't know if it's a licensing thing or who knows. The chip copies on a lot of these budget laser engravers, the thing that allows the USB communication between the device and the computer are copies from an original chip. I don't remember what it's called. I do have that information in my my tutorial. I haven't memorized this communication chip, but anyways, this has a legit chip in it, so I didn't have to download special drivers to get the USB connection to happen between the machine and my computer. So this ACMER already has that going for it. Two, although I couldn't access the parameters that would allow me to let LaserGRBL know that I'm working with a 300 by 300 workspace, the sheer fact that I properly set up my file in Inkscape just allowed me to bypass that process altogether. So this ACMER laser engraver is more plug and play than my iWe color. All I had to do was do what the manual said. Just make sure that the COM and the bit rate was set to the right number in LaserGRBL, and it was. And just run it. That's amazing, amazing. So yeah, now we got to see if it's indeed more powerful than my iWe color. And we'll find that out by seeing how many runs, how many passes it takes to cut my F-holes. All right. Now I think that this is going to need at least 8 passes. Maybe. And something else that we'll be able to check with this laser engraver, does it like to misalign itself? You see my iWe color over here, and I've been able to do a lot of beautiful things on the iWe color. Sometimes even within a cycle, it misaligns and I don't get a perfect cut. I get overlaps. So let's see if the alignment mechanisms on this machine work better, are constructed better. And folks, if I get a clean cut out of this, then I will be recommending this engraver. Already, it's proving to be, let me say that again, already, it's proving to be more plug and play than my iWe color. Now, for those of you who are thinking about buying this, you will still need my tutorial on how to set up your cutting and engraving file in Inkscape. The sizing of your workspace inside of Inkscape and the DPI setting inside of Inkscape is very important for project alignment. So just go, my tutorial is free. It's available in my 5th newsletter, and you can just sign up for my newsletter. In the confirmation email, you'll get access to my latest newsletter, but within that newsletter, there is a newsletter archive. Go to newsletter number 5 and you'll read my tutorial, and you get all the step-by-step things, all the step-by-step instructions, procedures on how to set up your file in Inkscape before you bring it into LaserGRBL. Now, if you decide to buy something along the lines of my iWe color, or you accidentally buy, I'm very grateful that I had the experience of setting up a laser engraver that's not plug and play, because now you guys have all of the instructions, all of the research I had to do to get my other guy working. But had I started off with something more plug and play, I wouldn't have all of that troubleshooting information for you. So things happen for a reason, don't they? Things happen for a reason. And so thank you so much for telling people to hit that like button and subscribe, DJ Play Nice. By the way, folks, things are getting more difficult on YouTube. If after the live or during the live, you can just comment, even if you don't know what to say, put a heart in there, put a guitar in there, put send me a hello, I watch your stream in the comments. That really helps out my channel, by the way. Okay, let's start this test cut. I'm very excited. I'm super excited. I'm putting on my safety goggles because I'm all about not going blind. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Don't go to sleep, computer. How can you go to sleep? All right. Okay. Let me make sure everything's okay. Did you just... Okay. It disconnected my laser engraver from my computer when the computer went to sleep. I'm gonna take my computer off of sleep mode. Okay? Alright, let's do that quickly. In my PC settings, I'm guessing that's under display settings. Brightness, let's make you a little brighter. Advanced, is it in advanced display settings? Maybe it's in advanced display settings. Display resolution of the display. Not scaling. Lawrence, I know you're in here. Do you remember? Okay. How do I take my computer off of sleep mode? Does anyone have a Windows computer? Let me know. I forgot. It's been a long time since I've had to do it. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta take this thing off of sleep mode because when it goes into sleep mode, it disconnects from my laser engraver, and I absolutely do not want that to happen during any burn process. All right, so let me see. This used to be so easy to find on Windows. Grr. Alright, oh. Wait, I'm gonna do a search for the settings. Search for power management. Okay, we'll do that. Power management. Turn off display. Put it to sleep. Okay. I'm gonna say never put it to sleep. Never turn off the display. Never. Never. Thank you, Lawrence. I found it under the power settings. Okay. Save changes. Here we go. I'm going to have to go into the house and get the power adapter, but first I'm going to start this burn. Here we go. Okay. Let's connect you back to LaserGRBL. Oh, it was you, DJ. It worked. Thank you.
Well, I said power management, he said power saving.
It worked.
What?
Found the setting. Okay. Let me check that everything is still on the up and up here. This is a more plug and play.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Okay. Let's move it back to the middle. Back to the middle, and all right. Let's get the burn going, guys. I'm gonna start with 5 rounds first. So I go into progress, and right now it's set at 1 turn. I'm gonna give it 5 turns. I don't think it'll finish the cut in 5 terms, but I like for it to stop. So then later I can turn it back on again and see if it'll realign with itself. If it does, then this engraver is better at alignment than my iWeek color. So here we go. Yes. Here we go. I need to press the play button. Running program. Lawrence, don't look at this thing here. Yeah, okay. There it goes. I'm gonna run and get my power adapter for my computer because I do not want this pooping out while I'm... No, I didn't bring... See, I'm doing everything like a crazy woman today, guys. I'll be right back.
Alright, I'm gonna do it. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I should stay here so that
YouTube won't
YouTube doesn't close you.
Yeah. If you're gonna stay there, you're gonna need this in case you look over at the engraver.
Alright, folks, I can't see the chat because I have a vision issue and she's on a phone. I can't. But, yeah. And I don't really know anything about this stuff because that's all her territory. Yep. So, yeah. So I don't know if you're talking to me right now. I can't do anything. I'm just here because before the stream went down when she went inside the house, so we're suspecting that YouTube like stopped the stream because it somehow detected that nobody was there. She just had to run into the house, so I don't know why that's a big deal, but that's probably it. Because I don't know, it's doing more maybe AI interpretation of what's going on in streams and videos, and that might have been it. Because we're connected to the extender, and she said she had full bars on it, so you know the wireless connection was fine, and so we're assuming it was that. I know that last night we did on earworms, we did a dramatic reading of like the first 6 or 7 scenes of Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and then afterwards it came back with it let it go. It wasn't a copyright strike, but they took the monetization because there was a plethora of all this stuff, and I only played like 4 really short clips, like 2 to 5 seconds, so I know it was the script reading that triggered the copyright. So yeah, YouTube's like checking everything you say now, and I guess that's fine. I mean, Monty Python deserves it because they wrote the work, but yeah, so gotta watch out. Well, here, you can see the chat. Oh,
yeah. If you're gonna stay here, you might want to use that.
Well, no, I'm gonna go back in.
That's for the other one.
Well, I think those are better because...
Well, you know what? I'm noticing something. My iWeek color uses a blue LED.
Yeah. And that's green.
And this is green. And this one uses actually a red, I forgot what the name of this is. Yeah. A red laser for carving. Now, supposedly red is weaker than a blue laser, right?
I have no idea. The Jedi would be upset about that.
The Jedi would be upset, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So
the Sith would have an advantage.
Well,
there.
the thing is, I can't use the same goggles for both engravers because the other one is a blue laser and needs this filter, and the other one, this one's a red laser and requires this filter. Hey, Jeff, welcome. Anyways,
You should call it Darth Gerbil then.
Darth Gerbil.
Whatever
Okay.
you want to call it. Well, anyway, I'm heading back.
All right, he's gonna go and monitor the stream
Well,
indoors.
I wouldn't say I'm going to be loose about it, because I do have some
Well,
things,
yeah.
but I'll be loose.
Okay, no worries. All right, guys, I heard that the Engraver finished its first 5 rounds. Let's take a look at it, and let's see if we have any misaligned burns. Let's see. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh, it does not. Take a look. Take a look, guys. Take a look. Whoa. This Engraver, okay. Okay, it looks like it's definitely more accurate, definitely more efficient. We're gonna start another 5 cycles. And let's see if in the process of starting this new cycle, it misaligns. Because that's usually when my misalignments happen on my IWE color. When I start a brand new cycle, it starts off in a place that's close to where the other one started, but not exactly. Let's see if the timing belts on this thing and the mechanism are better constructed. Sweet, how many passes did it take? It took 5. Now it's not completely cut yet, DJ Play Nice. It's gonna take a lot more than 5, I suspect. But what I am happy about is that during the process of performing these 5 cycles, it did not misalign. Now we'll see if when I start it back up again, it'll misalign. And if it doesn't, wow, amazing. Amazing. Let me, do I have, yes, I have examples of where misalignments have happened. Let me show you. Let me show you. So, this carving took a lot of time on the IWE color, and the cuts were almost perfect, but during the very last cycle I saw that it started cutting away from where it was cutting before during the very last cycle. So I stopped the burn and had to realign the Engraver again. So I'm hoping that the mechanism on this ACMER is better than the mechanism on my IWE color, you know. So if it indeed is a better cutter, then I will dedicate this guy to cutting, and this guy over here to engraving, because for engraving you only need 1 pass. You put in your settings, and if your settings are correct, you don't need another pass. But for cutting, for sure, with these budget engravers, these are not industrial engravers, you will need a few passes to make a cut. And whenever you require multiple passes to make a cut, there's always a risk of misalignment during the process. So let's check, let's see. Are you able to indicate depth to which it cuts? No. No. That's the thing with these budget engravers, DJ Play Nice. You don't have control over depth. The only thing you can do is make sure, and this is with these fixed focus lasers, the only thing you can do to focus your cut is to set the height of your laser module over the piece you want to cut, and you got to make sure you're cutting into the right materials, and that's all. So, and the manual, of course, tells you what it can cut and what it can engrave and what it can't. So, read the instructions. Let's start another cycle, folks. I'm excited. Let's do another 5. Cut it, cut until it's done. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Here we go. Let's start a new one. Let me give you guys a better perspective this time so you can see what's going on throughout the process here. Let's see. Can I give you a better perspective? Can I? Can I? There. All right. Let's do another 5 cuts. Oh my gosh. Let's move it back to the middle. Looking at it, it doesn't look like it's misaligned. Let's start another 5. Actually, let's check it. Let's check it. And let's see if my laser hits the spot that it's already been working on. Have my goggles on. Yes. Okay. Let's check one more spot, just to be extra sure. Extra sure. Let's do it. Hold on. Let me pick an easier spot. It looks like we're okay. Okay, here we go. Let's put it back to center. And let's do 5 more rounds on this. I got my goggles on. It's gonna beep at me. Oh, okay, let's see. All right. Let's see. Oh, folks. I see a tiny bit of misalignment. Okay, I'm gonna stop the job. Stop the job, stop the job. Stop. Okay, stop. Yes. Okay. I stopped the current job because there is misalignment. Let me show you. So you see the tiny bit of overlap in the pattern? That means that it didn't start cutting exactly where it started cutting before. So what does this mean? Well, it means that in as far as setup, in as far as setting up your laser engraver, it's for the first time with your computer, it's more plug and play. With aligning your file using a file properly set up from Inkscape, it's more plug and play. But where it isn't plug and play, it has the same issue as my iWeek color. Between every cycle, you have to realign after every cycle, And if you don't do this, you're going to get misaligned burns. And yeah, you want every cycle to overlap over the same space over and over again, so you make progress cutting, and that there aren't any of these type of things happening to you. Okay, so conclusion, to be extra clear. When it comes to setting up the laser engraver, it is more plug and play, because one, you don't have to download drivers and install drivers onto your computer. So that's good. Two, you don't have to go into the GRBL code to set up the workspace with your laser engraver. If you set up your file properly in Inkscape, you're golden. You'll be able to align your burn as we have done with the process that I showed you guys how to use 2 streams ago. Now, where it's similar to my other engraver, it doesn't perfectly align every cycle. So if, for example, you set this to carve for 5 cycles, it carved perfectly for the first 5 cycles, but when I restarted another 5 cycles, it wasn't exactly aligned with the first cut. So in between every cycle, I have to check my alignment. That's just what it is with these budget laser engravers, I guess. So is it better than my first laser engraver? Yes. Is it still a budget laser engraver? And you have to check your alignment in between cycles? Yes, you have to do it. All right, so let's get it to cut on my original line. Let's do it. Let's see. And we'll have to nudge the box around to do this. All right. So let's navigate to the side. And I'm gonna get it to work with my original line again by nudging the box around. Okay. So I'm checking where things are in relation to where they say they are on LaserGRBL. Okay, that's on my original line. Now I gotta check the other F-hole. I'm getting buffering. Anyone else? King Dolphin says yes, but clear now. Not sure why it's buffering, folks. My internet says it's at full power. Right, guys. All right. Checking the other side. Checking my alignment. I'm a little below my original line. Hold on. Back on the original line. Okay, let me make sure. Since I nudged it a bit, I have to take it back to the other side and check. Let's check the other side. And I'm gonna keep track of since this is the same kind of box as King Dolphin's box, be keeping track of how many cycles was needed to make the cut, because from the onset I'm gonna set the maximum amount of cycles to that on King Dolphin's box, so we only need one cycle and hopefully there won't be any misalignments. Buffering, yes, just patiently waited for the stream to recover. It did make me think the stream might have ended for a moment. Oh no! I'm so sorry, DJ Play Nice, that this is happening again. What's going on, YouTube? All right. Good. Okay, folks, to the chat. So 5 rounds made a decent dent into my Padron cigar box lid. Let me ask you, how many more passes do you think I'll need to clear the box entirely? What do you think? Give me a number and we'll test that number with the ACMER here. Give me a guess. Give me a guess. I'm guessing too. There is no right answer. We're gonna find out together, but I would like for you guys to give me your best guess. $4.2 2 cycles of 5, says King Dolphin. Okay, let's do 2 cycles of 5. Let's not break up the cycles, King Dolphin. Let's make it 10 cycles. Let's play dangerously here. Well, we're not going to play it dangerously because I'm not going to leave this thing unattended. I will be here to stop the project if anything goes wrong. So let's do 10. Suggestion by King Dolphin TV. Oh, Sandra says 12. Let's go with Sandra. Let's go with 12 cycles. Now, if there are no misalignment during the cycles, we know that this is by far a much superior machine to my IOE color, and that we only have to do alignments after the engraver stops moving. So, here we go. Okay, says Raymond, let's go. Let's do 12. 12 cycles, back to back, non-stop. Let's see what that does. Whoa, let's do it. Okay, start again from beginning. Woo. Started with a vigor. What? I'm going to turn off this fan because I see a little fire happening here. Oh, this thing ain't playing. There's like a little flame happening right under the contact point with the box. That is unusual. I usually don't see that happen with the IOE color. I wonder if it's just a feature of the red laser engraver. Since I wasn't watching the first round, I don't know if it was doing that, but okay. It's burning through these. It's going to burn through these cycles really quickly. Let me see. It's doing a backwards countdown. It's on 10 now, so it took care of 2 already. The Sith are like that. Yes, this Sith engraver is like that. Interesting. See, the other one's a Jedi because it has a blue laser, and this one is a Sith because it is. So, unfortunately, folks, so far the Sith are beating the Jedi. They both have their issues, but this one is proving to be a better engraver out of the box. I hate it when the bad guys win. And you see it has like a little Decepticon logo there. That was a clue. Well, I'm going to turn on my fan again because my dad did tell me that this engraver came with its own blower, and so maybe that's what's causing the little flame. The other one doesn't have a blower. That's why I have a fan set up next to it, a small desktop fan, just to keep the smoke out of the laser's way. It's hot. So I'm going to turn on the fan again. Whew. Okay, it's down to cycle 7. It's doing a backwards countdown, folks. We are more than halfway done. No, we're not. Counting backwards. Okay. Okay, now we're halfway done. It's on cycle 6. No misalignment so far, folks. I am happy about that. Sometimes the IWE color, even within cycle, misaligns. So we know we gotta align between cutting cycles after the engraver stops, or I mean the module stops. But here it's staying aligned during the cycle. This is a good thing. It's a plus. It's a plus. Again, the Sith are winning this race, folks. The Sith are winning. Red laser is winning. But blue laser did a beautiful job engraving. This is what the IWE color did. So, yeah. So I'll leave that guy set up for engraving. And while it's engraving, I'm cutting on this side with my Sith engraver, the ACMER. And so, whoa, it's on cycle 4. No misalignment yet. No misalignment yet. That makes me really happy. Look at that thing go. By the way, folks, I'm glad that this guy came with a little bit of thin craft wood, because I have a future project in mind that involves a magnetic pickup circuit that will integrate with a piezo circuit, and I want to make a cover for the magnetic pickup. And so this will allow me to design a beautiful cover for it. And sometimes these padrone boxes have a lot of thin wood in it. I'll be keeping that so that I can make some nice covers. So why am I thinking of adding magnetic pickups to the mix? Well, I want to build a cigar box guitar for me that has the gritty, dirty sound that I like, but also has more tonal coherence. And that requires me to mix the sound from a clean magnetic pickup and the sound of a dirty piezo pickup to get the perfect blend for on-stage performances. And also, you know, it'll give me more flexibility as a performer, because in some cases, magnetic pickups are less susceptible to feedback on stage. Less. It's not that they can't feedback. They're less susceptible. But I'll be able to turn up the magnetic and lower the piezo more. Lower the piezo in the mix more, so that I get a good stage mix. But then I can also have play around with a good recording mix where I have more dirt than clean. And so I'd like to have more control over my sound depending on the situation. But I want to keep my dirt. I want to keep my dirt, but I also want the advantages of having clean. And so, are you going to wind my own pickups? No, I have a plan to use a really, really nice, premium, sort of experimental magnetic pickup. Yeah. And so I will have more information about that in the future. I don't want to give the project away just yet. I still have to, first thing that I have to do is I need to put together a piezo buffer circuit for my piezo pickup. So first, I'm draining the piezo properly without having it plugged into a preamp. So that I'm getting the flattest frequency response from my piezo while also giving it an 80 hertz high pass filter, you know, so that it will be easier to mix with the magnetic pickup sound. I bought myself a high-end, what do you call, blender pot. I don't remember the brand off the top of my head, but I did some research and I went with a high quality guitar pot blender, and so I'll be planning out the circuit for that, and I still have 2 big videos to finish before I jump into that project, and of course I have to finish Raymond's build, but that project is coming soon. Is the pickup a Renzi collab? No, but I will be building Renzi a cigar box guitar. He needs to have one. And when he comes to visit his friends in Florida, that's when I'm gonna present him with my beautiful cigar box guitar. Is the Dolphin design AI produced? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Specifically Gemini, Jeff, why Gemini? I love making AI images. Sometimes it takes a few prompts, a few prompt refinements to get exactly what you want, but if you're patient and if you can do a little bit of photoshopping, you can get the design you want from Gemini. I've worked a little bit with the ChatGPT image creator. I've worked a little bit with the Microsoft Designer image creator. They're not as good, folks. Unfortunately, Gemini, in my opinion, is the best for images. And so, yes, this was an AI generated image. But here's the trick. You can't just ask Gemini for any old image for your laser engraver. You have to tell it that it has to create a wood cut out image. It has to be a image that's stylized like an old wood cutout. If you don't tell it that, it will give you an image that's inappropriate for laser engraving. So that is the secret. That is the trick, Jeff. So FYI, folks, if you're interested in getting into laser engraving and working, I mean, I can't draw, so I'm gonna be working with AI image generators to create my images for custom projects. Always ask for a wood, for an image that's stylized like a wood cutout, and that's it. You'll be fine. Thank you, DJ Play Nice. Yeah. So let's see what the engraver has done. All right. Let me take you guys off of here. Let me flip rear. And let me take you guys off the stand so you could see what's really going on here. Folks, that dug in pretty deep. Let's check to see if I can pop out those F-holes. If I can't, then I have to realign it again and do another run. Alright. DJ Play Nice says the Mojo Tone blender potentiometers are... I heard of Mojo Tone. I've heard of the Mojo Tone, DJ Play Nice. Those did come up in my research. But because I was looking for specifically an M to N, and also that the blender kind of snaps in the middle so that I know where my full volume position on both pickups is, I went with another potentiometer. I have some unanswered questions above. Let me see. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Raymond. Raymond is asking, will the finished product, and he's talking about his cigar box guitar, require an amp? Your guitar... excuse me, your guitar, Raymond, is electro-acoustic, meaning because I'm leaving the box pretty empty and I'm carving sound holes on it, you will be able to play your cigar box guitar acoustically and you'll be able to hear it. But I will also put in a piezo pickup into your guitar if you choose to plug it into an amp. So plugging it into an amp is not a requirement. It will work acoustically. If you just want to mic it, that's fine. But I will put in a piezo pickup into it so that you can plug it into an amp if you want to. All right. Yes, the set, that's the term I was searching for in my head. Center detent pots. Yeah. So it's both M and N and the center detent. The name of the company that I bought from starts with a B. It's a reputable company that manufactures high-end guitar pots. You're welcome, King Dolphin. My pleasure. All right, so I'm gonna check the depth of this cut, and if the depth is correct, I'll be able to knock out those F-holes with a scissor. Let's see. Let's see, let me grab some scissors and check. Oh, there's a yellow jacket flying around here now. Grr, stay away from me. Oh, okay. Why do they come in here? Okay, let's check. I'm gonna carefully tap on the edges of my F-hole with the thin part of my scissors, and if it goes in, Borns, that's the one. They are top notch. Yes, that's the one that I purchased, DJ Play Nice. And coincidentally, and lucky for me because I'm an Amazon affiliate, yes, shameless plug, I was able to find the Borns on Amazon. So I will be able to link it when I start my build. All right. Okay. Let's check the depth. It's not ready yet. So 5 plus 12 is not enough. We need more. Okay? We need it to run for a few more cycles. Okay. So in total, we've run this for 17 cycles. 17 cycles at the 800. What do you call? 800 millimeters per second is not enough. Okay. Oh, you're seeing this, and that means there's two flying around DJ Play Nice. Woo. Okay. Alrighty. So we're gonna check alignment again. We have to, folks. We have to check alignment again, and then we'll start it up for 17 cycles. Didn't do it. How many more cycles do you think it needs? Let me know in the chat. And while I wait for your answer, I shall, excuse me, oh my gosh, I shall realign this. All right, check the alignment. Let's see. Okay. It's not aligned. I gotta align it again. Another 15, says Sandra. Sandra was the closest guess without going over so far. Very true. It's not aligned again. Let's align this guy. Alright, let me pick a point. We're keeping track because when I place Raymond's box under the engraver, I want to set the exact amount of cuts it needs. All right. I'm using the same type of box under the engraver, so once we get the number, we can rest assured that that we'll have the exact number we need to cut through this King Dolphin box. 4.2, me riffing on the Douglas Adams answer to life. Yes, 42. That's the answer to all questions, 42. All right, let's see if to follow this exact same track. Maybe should have just guessed 42 to begin with. That might be a very good guess. DJ Play Nice. Okay, that looks close. Let's check this. It's looking good so far. I do have to check the right side. Checking the right side. DJ Play Nice, I may go with 42. Okay, I think we are aligned. Let me just check one more spot. Checking one more spot here. Smart. Keep notes on the number of cuts needed for different thickness and materials. I should do that, shouldn't I? DJ Play Nice, I am going to grab my notebook once that's done. Actually, I do have a little piece of paper I could use in here and mark that down. For Padron lids, this is the amount you need with the timing. So I have to tell it how many millimeters per second, and I have it set to 800, and I have to give it the number of rounds, and then I have to say what type of cigar box I'm dealing with. I'm gonna do that. I should already have a list made out for myself. I've done I don't know how many boxes, but I'm gonna start one now, DJ Play Nice. Okay, I think we're aligned. I think we're aligned. Let's put it back to the middle. Shall we live dangerously and go for 42? 42. What do you guys think? Let's give it -10. Let's give it -10. Let's say 32. If I see something happening, I'll be around. I'm gonna shut the guy off. Let's go for 32 rounds. How about that? Sounds good, says Sandra. Let's go for it. We're going for 32 rounds, folks. Here we go. You never want to run these things unattended. You have to be near your laser engraver. That's safety rule number 1. Here we go. And it looks like my alignment was spot on. It's running over the line it made before exactly. So I did a good job with alignment. Cool beans. Alright, alright. Cool beans. So let me get my notepad. Well, not a notepad. I just got a piece of paper here. So this shall be my laser engraving notepad. I had this in my workshop. It's a congratulatory card I got from Tom from the Cherry Blossom Studios, and he sent me a few goodies with this. Some handmade picks, hand punched out picks, and a guitar multi-wrench that I have just on in my tool area over there. And yeah, I'll use this as my little engraver notebook. So this is for the ACMER. For my ACMER cut settings. Or the Tiffany cover version, I guess. Oh, someone is singing a song? Who's singing here? Ah, DJ is singing. I think we're alone now. Cool beans. Good song. Alrighty. ACMER cutting settings. So we're at 800 millimeters per second. As a setting. We're at dynamic power. We're using dynamic power, not constant power. We never want to use constant power. All right, so M4, dynamic power. Almost started a fire with constant power. You don't want to use that. All right, and we are cutting into the lid of a Padron box. And Padron lids are pretty standard, so I'll just put Padron. Sandra says Turkey is winning and fussing. He wants more treats. Oh, Tyke. Oh, I thought you were talking soccer for a moment. Tyke is whining and fussing. He wants more treats. He's had plenty already, but he doesn't agree. They never agree, Sandra. Never. My kitties will eat all day if I let them, and they'll become super fat. We don't want that to happen to them, so yeah. Sometimes you just gotta tell your babies, no, it's not snack time. It's not snack time. All right, so Padron box. Padron. All right, for a Padron box, okay, so we started off with 5, then Sandra suggested 12, and now 32. All right, 5 plus 12 plus 32 rounds. All right, so we'll add up all the rounds at the end and see how many rounds we actually need to cut through a Padron lid at 800 millimeters per second on dynamic power. Okay. Notes. Actually, you can't read my notes because everything reverses it. Status report. That's what we got so far. All right. Let me flip it back to me. All right. Ooh. I looked over at the engraver and I didn't have my safety goggles on. This is super important, folks, super important. And I'm happy to see that the red shield hasn't fallen off. That's always great. So it seems like the magnets on this thing are more secure than the magnets that came with the module shield on my other machine. I secured the shield, the red shield on my other machine with copper wire. I do have a video about that in my laser engraving for cigar box guitar playlist. So if you guys want to go and check that out, by the way, check out all my playlists. Let them run. You're working, you need something entertaining to listen to, check out my playlist. There might be something there you're interested in. Folks, I'm working towards building up my watch time on YouTube. I am not fully monetized on YouTube. I have what they call the second tier monetization, where you have the store shelf, which is very cool. Love that. I'm not going to activate memberships on YouTube, though. I want to do that when I have something to offer members on Ko-Fi. I don't want to do it on YouTube, but I like that I have my store shelf there, but I do want to build up my watch time so that I get that ad revenue. Because folks, I want to have some type of thing feed into my CBG travel funds. I want to do more festivals. I want to do more markets. And for that, I need a little bit of help from YouTube to make that happen. So cool to be around for you making workshop history with your new machine live. Yes, DJ Play Nice, I am honored that you guys are here watching me set up this machine, testing it, enjoying its greatness. Yep. You know, I think these last 32 rounds are gonna make it. I think so. Oh, thank you for sharing the playlist, DJ Play Nice. Oh my gosh, I really appreciate that. Folks, again, what are the struggles here on YouTube for most creators? Watch time. It's not even subscribers, it's watch time and engagement. So what'll help me out the most? You know, pick a playlist that you like on a subject that you like on my channel, check it out. And comment on my videos. Even if it's just saying, hey Liza, great video, or heart, or guitar, emoji, whatever you want, that really helps push me in the algorithm. Does hype really push small creators? I don't know how well hype works to push small creators. The jury's out on that, but if you want to hype, go ahead and hype. No misalignment so far. That is amazing. It's on cycle 18 right now. Mind you, it's counting backwards. So it's made quite a few rounds without misalignment. This is a good thing. I'm really liking this ACMER. Again, I'm grateful for having the troubleshooting experience I've had with my iWeek color. To me, the troubleshooting experience is valuable because I shared it with you guys. And if you guys decide to go for a machine that is less expensive than this one, you have a way to troubleshoot it. You have a resource to go to, because I've already done it. But this guy is definitely more plug and play than my iWeek color. Again, the brand is ACMER. I may end up linking it in the video description of this live later. So if you're interested in getting this machine for yourself after the live, I will link it. I think I'm confident enough in it to recommend it. So no misalignments yet during the back-to-back cycles. This is good. This is good. Now, give you guys a more up close and personal view of its this magnificent machine. Now, I know you guys watching my channel, you're getting a tons of ideas because of this machine right now. What would you do if you had one of these? Let me know in the chat. I know what Jeff would do. I totally know what Jeff would do. But you tell me what you would do if you had a laser engraver. DJ Play Nice says, I'm gonna take off my glasses for so I can read DJ Play Nice's comment. Wait, am I dealing with a red laser? Hold on. Hold on. I'm not dealing with a red laser. I'm not dealing with a red laser. Okay. Yeah, because I was wondering, how can this be a more powerful engraver if it was using a red laser? My other one is using a blue laser. Folks, I'm looking at the reflection on the box. It is not a red laser. It is a blue laser. Correction, correction, correction. This engraver is also a Jedi. Okay? It's a Jedi. So it's Jedi competing with Jedi. There are no Sith Lords in this workshop, my friend. And it's not a red laser, it's blue. Reflection on the box is blue. It's a blue laser. It's a blue laser. Darth Buffer is there though. What do you mean, Darth Buffer? Oh wait, the stream is buffering? That's so annoying. Let me see what DJ Play Nice says. The algorithm really likes comments of 8 words or more. Wait. DJ Play Nice has some wisdom here. DJ Play Nice says, the algorithm likes comments of 8 words or more. That's the tipping point. It's unclear how emojis impact it, but it's safe to assume they are equivalent to the number of characters. Aha. Folks, that's coming from a guy with some YouTube experience. I don't know how many lives DJ Play Nice moderates, but he's very, very active in the live streaming world. So, yeah, 8 characters or more, folks. I know it's a lot to ask for, but it's a lot of things to ask for. But yeah, if you could leave in a comment with 8 characters or more, that would help. Be nice, please. I would appreciate that. All right. Okay. But you know what? Blue laser, I'm happy there are no Sith Lords winning in my workshop. DJ Play Nice. What? Lauren says, DJ Play Nice, for some reason I have to approve your comments. YouTube has held the last 2. What are you doing, YouTube? DJ Play Nice is one of my moderators. Why are you holding up his comments? Why the heck would... You know, I have my chat set to subscribers only. I've never had anyone leave nasty or inappropriate comments in my life. So YouTube, you know my channel's history. Why are you holding back chats from DJ Play Nice? DJ Play Nice is suggesting a 9-word comment. Here's a template for you guys. I really enjoyed the video. Thank you very much. Is a 9 easy word comment. Thank you for sharing that suggestion, DJ Play Nice. Really appreciate it. Copy and paste, guys. I'm kidding, but you know, It really does help. Really does help. Oh, I see what's going on. Lawrence has the theory, DJ Play Nice. This DJ Play Nice. This is why Lawrence says YouTube is blocking your chats. Lawrence says he's too nice for YouTube. That's the problem, DJ Play Nice. You're too nice for YouTube. Sandra says YouTube plays games. It's blocked comments I make on channels where I moderate. YouTube does play games, doesn't it? It really does. You know, out of all the platforms out there, folks, not to sound ungrateful, but of all the platforms out there, YouTube is the best platform for people like me who want to make their art, their business, their livelihood. Now, it's better than what's out there, but does that mean it's good? No. There isn't a great platform out there for this. There are a lot of shenanigans that are played here on YouTube. I ain't gonna lie. So, I'm grateful to have the platform, but YouTube, you need to do better, my friend. For your creators, for the people that provide you YouTube with value, okay? DJ Play Nice says, the Wayfair Project, holding a mod's comment, odd. I've not run into that before. Sandra says it happens, DJ Play Nice. She mods on other channels and they've blocked her comments being a mod on those channels. Heh. Lauren says, I appreciate it. I don't mind approving. I check every day. We're all real here. Yeah, there are no bots in my chat, YouTube. DJ Play Nice is a real person. He's not a bot. You'd think that the only reason it would hold a comment would be based on keywords that the creator has banned. Full disclosure, DJ Play Nice, I haven't banned any words because I read all of my comments. And if I find something inappropriate, I delete the comment before it gets published. So there's no need for me to block words. Thank you, DJ Play Nice, for being a mod and for participating. Really appreciate that. Thank you for sharing your experience here, you and Sandra both. Anyways, YouTube, do better for your creators, YouTube. We will continue to create value for you if you appreciate us a little more, okay? No changing contracts, random willy-nilly. No changing, making drastic algorithmic changes and making other interface changes without informing us through the Creator Studio. You know, be upfront with what you're doing. There's an economy built around you, YouTube, but you know why that is? It's because of us. Okay? You think YouTube people are listening? I know the AI is listening, but not the people that need to hear the message. Lauren says, so far, it's just regular hold, no indication of a problem. I don't know why they would do that. Interesting. Oh, progress report. We are on cut number 2, folks. We're almost done. And then we could check the depth of the cut and see if we're ready to carve Raymond's box. Let me take a look at this guy. Woo. We're on the last round. Yes, facts. YouTube is the creators. I like that, DJ Play Nice. Let's check the depth of the cut, and let's see if we can run this machine on Raymond's box. We're done. We're done. We're done. We are done. Someone do the math for me. I'm not good with arithmetic. Okay. Lawrence, 5 plus 12 plus 32. Give me the number. Give me the number, folks. 5 plus 12 plus 32. We can punch out our F holes now. Hey, FKHC 2005, welcome. And it's 49? 49, okay. 49 is the number of rounds we need for Raymond's box. Okay. So, let me show you my notes, folks. These are the settings I'm going to use on Raymond's box. Okay, 800 millimeters per second, M4 dynamic power, and 49 rounds. Yes. Make it an even 50. Okay, we can do that, Raymond. We can absolutely do that. Okay, now before we cut into Raymond's box, let's finish this one. Let's punch out these holes. Let me show you how I do that. Let me get my mallet just in case I need a little more support. If I need a tiny bit more support, I'll use these, but I usually could just punch them out with my scissors when I've made enough rounds. So, I don't know that song, DJ Play Nice. Gonna have to look it up. Now, this takes a little bit of patience, but you know, we've waited a long time for this to carve out, so we want to be gentle with it so that we don't change its shape. I can use this. I could also use this for something else. This is glued to the inside of the box. I'll leave it in there for now. these in my wood stack here. Wood stack, wood stack. Okay, let's finish it. When I do box cleanup, I'll have to maybe refine this with a sander on the inside. In fact, I should. Let me do a little bit. I had these and I forgot to plug them in. Let me do that now. Alright. Plugged in my computer once I get my phone into the corner. I need a sander. Yeah. Yeah. I want to get this as nice as possible. Let me get a sander. Old, an old used random orbital sanding disc. Keep it just for this type of thing. Waste not. Okay. First cutout, ready to go. All right. And because I had to restart a few times, you get a little more charring on the edge than you want. But with Raymond's box, since I'm just gonna run it 49 times, 50 for Raymond, you won't get so much charring on the side. Again, if there are no misalignments during the process. Let's cut out the other sound hole. do a little bit of sanding on the inside. There you have it, folks. Let's see it out in the light. In the light. All right. Now, remember, this is a little more charred than what I wanted because there was a little tiny bit of misalignment between the rounds. But since we know how many times we need to, we know exactly how many rounds we need to cut through a Padron box, there shouldn't be so much charring on the side here with Raymond's box. And so, folks, shall we venture to cut Raymond's box right now? Let me know in the chat. Raymond, what do you think? Shall we do it? This guy's all ready to go. I'm gonna keep this guy for another build. By the way, if you want this guy, I am selling, I don't know, shameless plug. I sell my carved boxes in 5-packs now, and because selling them individually was costing me a lot of gas, folks. And so I found it better just to sell them in 5-packs. And what am I charging? It's $50 per box plus shipping, and you can choose any of the 5 boxes I have already pre-cut for you guys. Shameless plug. Just FYI, head over to my website, psycheopera.com, and there's more information. Okay, we're gonna go for it then. I'm gonna put this guy up on my shelf. There's a Padron. Actually, I'm going to move it further down in the shelf. There's a Padron ready to be built into a cigar box guitar. Shoot me an email, folks. Anyone watching the replay, I can send you pictures of boxes that I have available. Okay. I can see you pulling a Pete Townshend on it and smashing it. Smashing it? Oh, you're talking to Raymond. Well, after Raymond gets his box, he can do whatever he wants with it. He can do whatever he wants with his cigar box guitar. It shall be his to do what he wants with. All right. Raymond says go for it. We're going to go for it. Oh. Here's the scary part, folks, because now we're down to the real cut, the real burn. And if this doesn't come out right, Raymond, we're going to do it again. And that means we'll have to re-engrave a box. That's okay. We're going to do this right. Sandra says, oh, Raymond says, no way! And Sandra says he will treasure it. I know he will. Well, windmilling to the sustained chords on Baba O'Reilly's then. You know, guys, I'm missing so many of these musical references. I'm ashamed. All right. Okay. Safety goggles, check. Let's align this box under the engraver. Whew, the dangerous part. The dangerous part. Oh. Let's set LaserGRBL to middle of the pattern. Here we go. Let's check our, something that I forgot to check with the test burn was the focus. We got to do that. That means the height of the module on top of the box. So, okay, misaligned that. That's okay. Let's set it back to 0 position. But while it's there, let's focus the laser. And I need my spacer. My spacer. DJ Play Nice says Magic Bus would be a great CBG cover, maybe. I gotta listen to it and see if it'll work on my slider. Remember, I build fretless sliders because I love playing 1-finger chords, bar chords, but with a slide. No pressure on the hands whatsoever. And of course, I'm using open tuning, 151 tuning. That's why the 1-finger chord thing can work. So I am lowering the module down to this red thing, to this red spacer. Let me get you guys closer so you can see. We're gonna do this right. We're gonna focus the laser module so we don't get too much charring. Is that too tight? You want to be able to run your spacer underneath the shield like so. You don't want it to be stuck on there. So in case there are height differences on the box lid itself, you can maneuver. All right, that is tight. Let's move it back to 0 position. This out of there. So just keeping these wires out of the workspace, folks. Right. Okay, we've zeroed out the engraver. Let's go back into LaserGRBL, load up the file again, and then align it. which I made in Inkscape. We're gonna vectorize clip. All right, clip is vectorized. I'm gonna go to next. Border speed is at 800 millimeters per minute. We're on dynamic power, good. We have to press this auto size 300 DPI and create. It's ready to go. All right, let's navigate to the center, but first we gotta connect our laser engraver. It's gonna be connected. Let's align the box. It's not moving. Reset to continue. Hard limit. What do you mean? Let me turn off the engraver. Turn it on. All right. Connect. Okay. That is the center. Let's navigate around. And then we'll find center again. Okay. Navigate to center. Okay, that's the center of the pattern. Let's align the box. Okay, let's check the top of the pattern. Let's see where the laser falls on the top of the pattern. About right. Now it's the sides that we have to be more concerned with here. Let me check the other side. It seems like it's too close to the edge for me. So I might have to do some nudging, but let me check how much close to the edge it is. Some nudging is required. I'm just seeing how much nudging I have to do. A lot, okay. Exactly side on that. No way. No way. Something doesn't seem right here. Let me just close out of everything. Closing out of everything. Turning this off. We're gonna zero out the engraver. Okay, we're going to turn this guy back on. We're going to go back into LaserGRBL. We'll go into, we're open to instances of LaserGRBL. Let me close this again. Let's go to File, Open. That's it. Open. Vectorize. Next. Okay, border 800. Dynamic power. Auto size, create. All right. Let's navigate. Well, let's first connect our laser engraver. Navigate to the center. Okay. Is that the center of the project? It could be. That could be the center of the project. Let's go to the extremities. Just going through the proper alignment process. Do the laser thing because I don't want to burn too many dots onto Raymond's pattern here. Let's just check it by eye first. Okay. We're definitely not symmetrical yet. Let's see if we're more symmetrical now. Okay, maybe. Let's check it with our laser. it's pretty good. Let's check the top. Okay. Okay. Okay, back to center. It's the center. All right. Go back to center. We're ready to begin, folks. Gotta roll out. Psyche Opera, thank you for the live. You've made a pretty mundane process enjoyable. Thank you, DJ Play Nice. And so, for me, this is the scary part because I am engraving onto, cutting into a box that's already been beautifully engraved. So I'm hoping that this cut is perfect, Raymond. Okay, the magic number is 49. Let's set 49 cycles. Here we go. Run the program. Oh my gosh. This is so scary. And because there's already an engraving on this box, I can't see the F-hole pattern just yet. It's going to take time for it to appear. Whoa. Scary, 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 scary. From what I can tell so far, there are no misalignments, and it's already on round 48, so that's good. Oh. No misalignments so far. Psyche Opera, breathe. I can't, Raymond, I can't. This is, to me, I don't want this to fail. Right now, it's totally out of my hands. There's nothing I can do. If it misaligns, there's nothing I can do. So far it's behaving. If I don't nudge the workbench or anything, it should be fine. because we're not restarting any cycles. We set the right amount of cycles we need for a cut. So, whew. Goodness gracious. Let me give you guys a view of what LaserGRBL is doing too. It's keeping track. I don't know if you could see that. Yeah. LaserGRBL is also keeping track of the burn. Of the cut, excuse me. Oh. This is high stakes stuff. Yes, it is. You guys, when you get your own laser engraver, you will know what this feels like. It's on cycle 44 right now, and mind you, it's working backwards. Flute Wizard, don't bump that table. Pretty sweet dolphin box. Thank you, Flute Wizard. Thank you for joining us. By the way, folks, you want some really nice handmade wooden flutes or ocarinas, go to Flute Wizard's channel and then go to his Etsy. You won't regret it. Sandra says, Psyche Opera, even if it's not 100% perfect, it is unique and beautiful. Sometimes flaws add character to one-of-a-kind creations. I agree with you, Sandra, but if it's too off, if it's just, then I'd have to say, reburn. Raymond says, it's so surreal seeing the picture backwards, but I know it's the camera. Yeah, I don't know why this particular encoder doesn't correct for that. Because I can film on my front camera and post it on YouTube and it won't be backwards, but through the encoder that I'm streaming on, it doesn't correct for it. Jason, love Doctor Who, welcome to the live. Thank you so much for the like and the sub. I really appreciate that. We're holding our breath here, Jason. So far, there haven't been any misalignments, and so far this is looking to be this is looking like it's going to be a perfect cut, but we don't know. It's out of my hands right now. So long as I don't bump this table, I think we're gonna get a perfect cut, Raymond. We're on cycle number 41, and it's counting backwards from 49, folks. And I'm going to put on my safety goggles. I can read the chat and still wear my safety goggles. So far, it's retracing its steps nicely, so good. Good, good, good. LOL, secretly a hand model. Yes. Hit me up, anyone who needs a hand model. Look. They're dirty right now, but hey. Look. Flute Wizard says, you should be fine. It's gonna come out perfect. Let's keep putting that positive energy out there, Flute Wizard. Let's just keep I have more confidence in this machine than my old one. So I will be linking this one in the video description box after the live, but you guys have seen the full candid process, even with a nicer budget engraver. Or a dating service for a thing. Yes, yes. How much does the puppy cost? I don't remember the exact price, Flute Wizard, but this one, I think it's under $200. It's in the 180, 190 category. I will have a link in the video description box ready after the live. So it wasn't much more expensive than my iWe color, but the iWe color is no longer available. So if you wanted to get the exact model I was using, you wouldn't be able to. But I think this one is still available, and I will check the price for you and leave a pinned comment, and I'll leave an affiliate link as well. But if to save you from having to watch the stream from the beginning to give you information as to why this one's better than my original machine, Flute Wizard, here's the thing. My other laser engraver, in fact, why don't I mosey over to my other laser engraver very carefully without bumping anything. Oh, let me give my eyes a break from these red filters anyway. All right. So this was my first laser engraver. This iWe color does have a bigger work area. It has a 410 by 410 millimeter work area, but it required drivers for you to download and set up because it used a knockoff chip that communicates with your computer and the laser engraver's motherboard. So that was, I had to find a 2019 driver and set it up with LaserGRBL. LaserGRBL is the one that sets up the driver for you. By the way, if you navigate to newsletter number 5, and you look at my laser engraver tutorial, I give you the exact link where I downloaded the 2019 driver, in case you have a hard time finding it. That's if you use a machine like this that is a little less expensive than the other one, but is using a knockoff chip. You'll have to download and install a 2019 driver to get it to work with your computer, Windows computer. I think this is only specific to Windows. But the thing is, you can't use LaserGRBL on a Macintosh, so that's one thing I had to do with this one, was download drivers. Then you had to go into the LaserGRBL code, look through its parameters, and tell LaserGRBL exactly what size workspace you're working with. And then after that's set up, then you can go through the alignment process, which is the same on both machines. LaserGRBL. Does LaserGRBL have a spinny wheel and a tube maze? I don't know, Flute Wizard, I don't know. And furthermore, this machine was definitely not plug and play. If you visit my Laser Engraver playlist, you'll see that I had to shave down the nut that connected the timing wheel to the belt, because it was too thick, causing too much friction and thus causing regular misalignment. So I had to do some grinding work on that timing wheel component, and plus the magnets that were set up with the red shield, this red shield, the magnets that were set up with this shield were not strong enough, and one of them actually fell out, so it wasn't glued properly into the shield, and this shield kept falling off while I was engraving. This needs to be on while you're engraving, not just to protect your eyes, but also to redirect smoke and particulates. All right. So I had to cut holes into this housing on the top here so that I can attach this with some copper wire. Again, I'm keeping all of this information on a playlist on YouTube in case you do go with a less expensive model that has the same problems as this ivory color. I've been able to do so much with this ivory color, but I've had to do a lot of troubleshooting. So in as far as troubleshooting is concerned, I've done all the work so that you guys don't have to. So check out my laser engraving for cigar box guitar playlist on YouTube, and go to newsletter number 5 for the full tutorials, for all of my tutorials. So what I discovered with this other machine, Flute Wizard, is that it's more plug and play than this one. That one is ready to engrave out of the box just when you connect the USB to your computer. But the thing is, you have to do the proper alignment stuff when you prepare your file for cutting or engraving within Inkscape. And my newsletter tutorial shows you how to do that as well. And Inkscape is a free piece of software as well. It's a vector art software, and it's free to download on the internet. Again, I have all the links that you need in my newsletter tutorial. So if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, you can access all of that stuff for free if you subscribe to my newsletter. Why do I keep a newsletter? Because folks, YouTube may not be a forever thing, and I want to keep this community together should something happen to YouTube. And not just that, if we creators find a better platform for us in the future, one that appreciates us more, and those of you who are creators will know exactly what I'm talking about. We talked about it earlier in the stream. With a mailing list, it's much easier to move more of your audience over to new platforms. Like, hey, I'm gonna be over here now, so if you want to join me over there, you can. I like the orange vibe of the new one. Yes, and it has a little Decepticon art on it. it has a better style than the more I guess functional styling of the iWeek color. Anyways, more plug and play. I will do a little bit of post on this live so that you have information, the information you need to make a quick decision about getting this laser engraver at your fingertips. I will do that after the live. Well, actually, it takes YouTube 24 hours to transcode the live, so I'll be able to post on this live tomorrow, and you'll find it. You'll find the edited live on my cigar box. Excuse me, laser engraver for cigar box guitar playlist. Bow weep. Oh. Translation, Jason loved Doctor Who? Tell me, what do you mean? All right. Let's see how our engraver's doing. Again, we're not engraving, we're cutting today. Scarier process. Let's see. Scarier process because we're cutting into a box that's already beautifully engraved. So I'm hoping that these cuts are perfect. Have there been any misalignments? Let me put on my goggles and I'll take a look. What's the weather like down here today? Hot and humid because it's been raining all this week, Flute Wizard. That's why I got my noisy fan on. It is hot, hot, hot here in North Florida. All right. Any misalignments? Let's take a look. No misalignments. LOL, it's the universal greeting, Transformers 1986. I gotta look that up. I used to watch Transformers with my brother growing up. Don't remember any of the original animation episodes, but how do you like the Transformer, I guess the CGI animations that came out in the early 2000s? Jason loved Doctor Who. I enjoyed those too. How many cycles left? We're counting backwards from 49, Flute Wizard. We're at 19, cycle 19. Again, we're counting backwards. It was okay. I gotta revisit the original animations. Almost there! Well, at least Flute Wizard, there haven't been any misalignments. That is what I'm most happy about. Let me go back to my hand model mode so you guys can see what's going on both in LaserGRBL and with the engraver itself. What? 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 Raymond, it's already dropping the F-hole in this one. Okay, I may be able to stop it before it reaches the 49th cycle. And it's a clean cut too. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You see that, Raymond? You see that blue peeking in there? Okay. Putting back my safety goggles because I'm watching it without it. That's a no-no. It looks great. The hands as well. Thank you, Jason. this side has already partially dropped the cutout. Wow. And it's a clean cut, Raymond. There is no charring so far, zero charring. So nothing's biting into the image we've already engraved. Wow, I'm impressed. No misalignments. It's on cycle 15. Cycle 15. Again, we're counting backwards. Counting backwards from 49. 0 char. That's radical. I like a little char on my steak. Yum. I like to have a little tiny bit of char around my sound holes, Flute Wizard, but in this case, not too much, because I don't want to ruin Raymond's beautiful dolphin engraving, which I did on the other machine, by the way. Because I didn't have this one set up for the engraving. But, you know, this one's doing such a good job with the cut. If you know how many cycles you need from the beginning, you can avoid charring completely. It's crazy. Amazing. Amazing. It's on cycle 12, folks. Cycle 12. Oh, Flute Wizard has a tip. If you ever needed to clean up minuscule flashes of char, use 80 grit sandpaper and above. Even 1000 to 1500 can do a great job without scuffing the grain. Thank you so much for that tip, Flute Wizard. 800. I don't have grit that is that fine, but I'm gonna get some, because I could do a little bit of char reduction on some other boxes. Thank you for the pro tip, Flute Wizard. Yeah, 1000 grit paper all the way. All right. I will get a pack of 1000 grit. Yes, I agree. I should always have fine grit on hand. I don't. I gotta do some shopping. That was my sad hand, by the way. Actually, this may... finest grit I have. It's 220. Not fine enough for the charring stuff, though. Yeah, 1000 must be really, really fine, because I find this to be very fine. Oh, I made Jason, Doctor Who. Jason loved Doctor Who cry and laugh. Oh my gosh, we are on cycle 9, folks. Cycle 9. Whew. Cycle 8. Flute Wizard says, I just buy the whole paper packages as sets, everything from 240 up to 300. I'll tell you what, Flute Wizard, do you buy those packs on Amazon, and are you an Amazon affiliate? Because if you are, I'll go and click on your affiliate link and buy for your link so you get a commission. Super affordable. Get the black paper that doubles as wet dry. Again, Flute Wizard, do you have affiliate links? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. You should have affiliate links, Flute Wizard. I usually grab them off Amazon, but I don't mess with the affiliate stuff. Why not? Flute Wizard. Kyle, let me talk to you here. Yeah. We know we all have our misgivings about Amazon, but they're ubiquitous, and like YouTube, in a way, they help small creators like us. Lawrence, I have an affiliate account. Lawrence has an affiliate account. Your channel is definitely large enough for an affiliate account, and it's really convenient for, you know, makers that watch you to buy the stuff you recommend. So, you know, consider becoming an affiliate. And when you make recommendations, I think you are allowed to paste recommendations into YouTube chats. I think you're able to put your recommendation links in your YouTube comment section and also in video description boxes. So, you know, it's not a lot of money, but every little tiny bit helps. You know, as a creator, every little tiny bit helps. So let me know if you set one up, Flute Wizard, and I'll buy it through your link, because I don't have a huge variety of sandpaper. Most of it is coarse grit. I don't have some fine grit stuff. But now that I know that I can clean up a little bit of char with fine grit sandpaper, that is definitely something I want to add to my toolbox, and I want to support you at the same time. So just think about it. Let me know. Shoot me an email if you do it. Setting up the affiliate stuff is easy, by the way. And now Amazon has allowed everyone to use their influencer features. Now they, before, to have a storefront with all your links or all your link sets on Amazon, you had to have a huge channel, and they've changed that. Now everybody has access to those features, so it's become better for us on Amazon. All right, let's get back to our original perspective so you guys can see what's going on. It's on cycle 2. Really? It doesn't look like this side is ready. Oh no! Oh no. It might be. It might be. I do see it sinking a little bit on that side. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's on the last cycle, folks. On the last cycle. That happens sometimes in my streams, Jason. That's how we roll here in my workshop. In my workshop streams, at least. We are on the last cycle, folks. OMG. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. Let me show you what it did. I'm a little concerned because one of the cutouts popped out on its own and the other did not. So I'm a little concerned that the right F hole isn't ready for popping out. Let's check. Let's check. Let me show you what's happened here. I'm going to flip the camera. Rear. Yeah. You see what I mean? It's the left F hole is partially removed, but the right one, it is indented, so I think I can pop it out. Let's just check. Let's just check. Let me put you back on the stand here, and I gotta plug in my phone because I'm running on low battery. Forgot to plug this in. Gert. All right. Gotta plug you guys in. Okay, so let's see what's going on with that right F hole. Is it ready to carve out? Let's find out. Not carve out, but punch out. Let's find out. And trusty scissors. There you go. I'm gonna do this very, very carefully and try not to move the box in case the right side needs a few more rounds. Whew. No, it popped out. It popped out perfect. Okay, this is Raymond. There's no charring. There's no misalignment. 49 rounds, perfect cut, my friend, perfect cut. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me move this to the table. Whoa. I'm so happy. Folks, this is what a perfect cut looks like. I'm going to show you right now. Get this closer here. Oh, zoomed in too much? Wait. Let me bring you guys closer to the box. Oh, can't move past there because I'm plugged in. All right. Look at this. It's popping out with my fingers. This is a perfect cut. No charring. All right, let's punch these holes out. Raymond, when you get a perfect cut, you get perfect. Look at this. When you get a perfect cut, you get perfect cutouts. Do you want me to send these with you, Raymond? Something you could use for crafting? Let me know. But look at this. Look at these F-holes. No charring. No charring whatsoever. I will send those inside of the box. These are going home with you too, Raymond. Look at that. Look how perfect cut. This usually never happens because I have to do realignments. But look what a perfect cut looks like. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm definitely including the link to this engraver in the video description box after the live, folks. If you're gonna get one of these for yourself, this is the one I'm gonna recommend for you. Still, take a look at my tutorial in newsletter number 5. Take a look at my laser engraving playlist on my channel, but folks, perfect. Let's go see this out in the sunlight. Let's see this out in the sunlight. Let's marvel at this beautiful, beautiful box. Gosh. All right. Let me zoom out. Okay. There's my cat Joser. He's gonna come over to say hello, probably. Let me get the box. Nailed it. I can't believe it, Flute Wizard. I cannot believe it. Let me get this. Let me flip the camera so we're not seeing, so you guys are not seeing it in reverse here. Oh. Look at that. More light. Look at that. It is amazing, Raymond. Oh my gosh. This is the most perfect cut I've made so far, Raymond. Thank you, Sandra. So what's next for this box? Well, what's next for this box? Well, I got to carve out a niche for the 2x1 neck, 3-foot 2x1 neck. Your neck may be shorter, Raymond. I'm thinking about using a 24 scale length rather than a 25 scale length for your CBG, because I think it will be more visually balanced with a 24 scale length. So that means that it'll probably be a 2.5 foot neck. And so I gotta carve out the niche for the neck. I do that with a saw, so I don't have to go through any engraving process or cutting process with the engraver on that. And then I have to carve out a niche for your piezo pickup. And after I don't have any more work to do on the box, then I'm going to put some clear, maybe, Raymond, let me ask you here on the live, do you want a little bit of staining so that it comes out like this, like the color the box already has? Or do you want me just to clear polyurethane this after I've done the copper detailing on the top? Let me know. Let me flip the camera. All right. So, thank you, Jason, love Doctor Who. I appreciate that. So, Sandra and Raymond, next, after all the box prep is done, I'll be able to put in your copper gilding. And after the copper gilding, I can stain it and polyurethane it, or just polyurethane it. So, what do you think, Sandra and Raymond? For the lid of the box, do you want it to be stained this color and then polyurethaned, or do you just want the polyurethane? Well, the poly's for protecting the box, so I'm gonna apply a clear gloss polyurethane on the top regardless. But my question to you is, should I stain it before I polyurethane it? And just to give you a point of reference, the box that I made for Pete was stained and then polyurethaned. So what the staining will do is make it more consistent with the rest of the box. So, question is, stain polyurethane or just polyurethane? I think a little bit of staining will make the design pop more, but it will change the color. Right now you're seeing the color of the MDF come through, and with the polyurethane it'll give it a more, with the staining, it will give it a more natural wood tone. And then I would add the polyurethane on top for gloss and protection. And if you want to see an example of the stain and polyurethane, go to my website and look at the example I have of the laser engraved box that I have there. That's Pete's box. And that one was stained and polyurethane. It'll make it okay. I agree with you. I just wanted to check, because if you like this lighter color that doesn't match with the rest of the box, then I would say just polyurethane. But if you want it to have the same, feel as the rest of the box, then I would recommend a little bit of stain. Not a lot of stain, a very light stain. And then I'll let that cure and then put poly on top of that. Okay, got a game plan. I've got a game plan. So I'll be back in the workshop, folks. I got a few things to do in as far as video editing is concerned. If I make a lot of progress with my next video, then I'll be back in the workshop on Sunday to work on Raymond's cigar box guitar. If not, I'll be back in the workshop on Wednesday. Next is before I do any artistic things on this, I gotta cut out the niches for the neck and for the audio jack, and then we can get back into the art. All right. Well, folks, this has been an incredibly illuminating and exciting session in the workshop with my new laser engraver. After I end the live and I close everything down, I will include a link to this engraver in the video description box and the pinned comment. So if you're interested in getting your hands on this machine, you'll be able to, while helping to support my channel at the same time. Fun and informative. Thank you so much. Bravo, entertaining watch. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Flute Wizard. I really appreciate that. Hopefully dinner is coming up soon. Dinner is on the way, my friend. That's Lawrence in the chat. It's like, when's dinner? When I finish. And I'm almost done. So, folks, I'm going to close up here for now. I'll leave that link in the video description. I love seeing my CBG evolve. Oh, it's my pleasure showing off my process to you, Raymond. And this has been one of the most exciting projects I've had the excuse on working on. So thank you, Raymond, for commissioning this project. This video is brought to you by King Dolphin TV, because he did commission this build. Thank you, King Dolphin TV. Thank you so much. By the way, folks, King Dolphin TV does have some really fun live streams. You will want to check him out. Go to his channel, subscribe, click the notification bell so you know when he's live, and go hang out with him, Sandra, Snorterpoopus, and I will try to make your next stream, Raymond. Why didn't he fix dinner? LOL. Look, Sandra, if I let Lawrence fix dinner, whatever he fixes is not going to be edible. So that it's up to me to fix up some good dinner. All right, folks, I'm going to close up the workshop. You and Lawrence should listen to that Radio KDTV that we did yesterday. I saw that and I will check it out. I will absolutely check it out and leave you some comments in the replay. Dinner isn't broken. Okay. LOL, burn. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you guys being here. And wow. I'll see you in the next video. Chaito.